Hi, you guys. It's B. Simone.
It's your boy Brian Michael Cox.
My name is John Gray.
What's up, I'm Aspen. What's up, everybody? This is Kenric Green at the Sarah's Oil premiere in Atlanta.
This is your boy Dennis L.A. White, and I'm here with Gospel Goodies.
Gospel Goodies.
Gospel Goodies. Gospel Goodies.
This is Gospel Goodies.
What's happening, beautiful people? It's Platinum Soul singer and actor Major here, my mama's favorite hope dealer, and we're here at the premiere of Sarah's Oil. It's an incredible movie amplifying legacy and the richness of who we are as a people, even in the face of adversity. Sarah's story is one that's worth being told, and I'm honored to be one of the voices to help amplify that message to all of you. November 7th, get in the theater and support Sarah's Oil.
It's a beautiful and remarkable story of what one little girl saw value in that other people didn't see. She said the Lord told her there was oil under the ground. And for me, that speaks about legacy. It speaks about obedience. It speaks about faith. This is a movie that deals with race, power, class, the perceptions of value. Other people didn't see value until this little girl found that value. For me, this speaks to the power of hearing from God and moving on faith. But it's also about legacy, generational wealth. And that starts with a faith move. And every great thing that we see, every great name that we know, from Gucci to Fendi to all of the other things, those last names started with one person who had faith that their name would carry weight. From Braxton, as in Tamar, even as in Tay-Tay. This is my baby sister. I love her more than cooked food. But
Maybe not that.
yeah, I don't love you more than fried chicken. But what I'm saying is this: any name that was great started with faith. It started with somebody making a faith move. And so this movie speaks to all of those areas. And at the end of it, it's about legacy. So I'm excited.
That's the story of my life. You know what I mean? Me even having the audacity to say that I was going to be a producer, songwriter, pack up and move to Atlanta without no type of foundation, no money, no nothing, no equipment, you know what I'm saying? Just a bag full of DAT tapes, and hopefully somebody would hear me. People can't see what you see. When people can't see what you see, then they're going to get a lot of people trying to discourage you, take you off your path, take you off your goal. But I always knew that oil was there. I always knew oil was underground at a very young age, and I went after it. So I can relate to that in every way.
Absolutely can relate to Sarah's challenge of knowing what she heard from God and trying to endure on the belief of that, even in the midst of other people not believing. That's life. It's literally life. Jesus went through it. I am that I am. And they're like, yeah, right, until they realize, oh, he is. It's life, y'all. Not everybody's going to believe along this journey, but lock in on the excellence, lock in on the commitment of what you heard. Move in integrity, and I guarantee you in due time, God's going to show and prove your belief was well worth it.
It sounds crazy. When God gives you a vision, what they say, it's not a conference call. He was talking to her through the land, and it was beautiful for her to just know and stand on what she knew at 12 years old. She even had a moment where she was tugging and warring with her parents. But it doesn't matter who supports you. You kind of just got to find your tribe and find the people that do believe so you can move forward. And that's just it. You gotta stand on what you know. You got to stand on what God told you.
I didn't know that this had happened. I'd never heard of Sarah Rector, her story, the oils, the Dawes Act, all of these things where it was like going to school, like taking a new class. It was really exciting, but also I don't know what the right word is, but the fact that this history was lost, and who knows why, or for if it was just coincidental or on purpose, but to discover that this was lost, this was something that's so important for Black folks and for Americans in general to learn that there were communities, there were people who were 1 degree removed from slavery who came together in community. Sarah herself walking in faith in her conviction, inheriting this land, discovering this oil, coming into generational wealth for her and her family. These are all things that, we didn't know existed. I know I didn't know, and everybody I talked to didn't know either. So it's just so important. Stories like this are really important to tell because it's always good to know the truth.
Man, this premise of this movie is so incredible, especially with the times that we're in right now. Being able to believe in faith and to find blessings. I've done it all my life. I feel that I have purpose and I have favor in my life, and God has always surrounded me and blessed me through all types of situations. There was a time in which I didn't know if I needed to be in this industry, and day after day, God kept beating me in the head saying, this is where you need to be. And I learned to follow God's path. And I think this is what this movie is about, following God's word and his path, and good things will come.
This story is taught me, and I think it could teach anybody who comes in contact with it, that like when God tells you something is for you, and you got to walk in accordance to where he's guiding you, regardless of what your mom or daddy might say, what your friend might say, or what a total stranger might say. It's important because what God has for you is for you. And that's a really great takeaway. It's like we're watching a 12-year-old girl do this. So it's like if she could do it, we all can do it.
Man, to just know when you have that feeling, you have that knowing, you have that discernment, it doesn't matter what people say. If God gave you a vision, he will see you through it. This little girl was so inspiring. I said that earlier. I was like, I wish little Sarah was here. I wish the actress was here so I could just tell her how well she did. But it doesn't matter your age. If you have that knowing through Christ, I mean, you just got to run with it. It doesn't matter what people say.
It's so important to have, stories that have never been told coming out, especially one like Sarah's Oil, because, me personally, I love stories based on true stories. So to be able to watch a film and see the impact that it will have, to not just inspire young women, but people all over to know that, you have to place your faith in the things that you cannot see, because that's the whole purpose. So I'm really excited to see what this film does.
When I was a little boy living in Cincinnati with my mother in our 2-bedroom apartment, I always knew that God had prepared me for the world. Other people didn't see that, but my mother saw oil under the ground, and she always spoke to that. Then everybody else caught up. People that didn't see value, then all of a sudden the whole world saw value, and then they want to claim me. I'm like, no, you didn't see the oil under the ground. So I honor my mom for speaking to the oil that was under the ground. And as she spoke, it erupted. So that which was beneath the surface needed somebody to speak to it. Words are like drills. And if you speak the right words, eventually you're going to hit the oil.